Ear mites in dogs. Does your dog frantically scratch his ears? Although this is not the only cause to consider, the hypothesis of an ear mite must be retained, even more particularly if you have recently adopted it or if it has been in close contact with other pets, especially dog, cat, ferret, lately. Ear mites are a very common condition in dogs, particularly in animals living in communities, breeding shelters. It is caused by a mite called Otodectes cynotis, which also infects cats. This mite lives, feeds and reproduces in the ducts of the ears of dogs and cats. The adults lay eggs which give larvae and again adults. The transmission is from one animal to another by simple contact, close despite everything, and is often from one ear to another on the same animal. The symptoms of the disease. The multiplication of parasites in the ears causes an inflammation of the ear, otitis, often moderate at the start, with the production of wax in large quantities, black, rather dry and crumbly. The dog often scratches his ears and shakes his head. By dint of scratching, the inflammation of the canal and the auditory pavilion can become very important. How to recognize a scab? By examining your companion's ear, you should see dark brown or even black earwax, in fairly large quantities, characteristic of mange and sometimes smell an unusual odor. The veterinarian can confirm the diagnosis by taking a sample of secretions from the ear, in which he can observe, under a microscope, the adults, larvae or eggs of Otodectes. The treatment. If the ear is very dirty, it will have to be cleaned regularly with a hygiene product for the dog's ears. And, at the same time, treat the animal with an acaricidal product, based on molecules that destroy mites. Miticides are prescribed by your veterinarian and come in the form of ointments or liquids to put in the dog's ear. Always respect the duration of treatment prescribed by your veterinarian, because even if the scabies seems to have disappeared, the products do not kill the eggs. The treatment must continue until all the eggs present in the ear have hatched, in order to avoid any recurrence. As a precaution, it is better to treat both ears and, preventively, all other sensitive animals, dogs and cats, in the household. Another solution is to carry out an acaricidal treatment, using spot-on pipettes to be applied at the base of the neck, between the shoulder blades, active on ear mites, which your veterinarian may prescribe instead of or in addition to local treatments. In conclusion, ear mites are a very common condition, especially in breeding puppies. It is very difficult to prevent it because it is very contagious between dogs and cats. If your newly acquired puppy is scratching his ears, it may be mange. Do not hesitate to consult your veterinarian in order to treat scabies quickly, so as to avoid complications and contamination of other animals.